In this lesson, we will reorganize main.js to make it easier to maintain. First, we move the iView config codes into an independent file. In the src folder, we create a new folder, Plugins. In the future, all plugin config files will be stored here. Inside Plugins, we create a new file, iView.js. We move the iView config codes into the new file. Don't forget to import Vue. Now, the iView config file is done. We import it back into main.js. When importing or requiring files, the file name extension is optional. If you only provide a name, JS will first look for a file under that name. If the file exists, JS will link it. If there is no such file, JS will look for a directory under that name. If the directory exists, JS will enter that directory and link the index file. Therefore, import from store can mean two things: import from store.js or import from store/index. Here, I'll show you. We create a new folder, store. Then we move store.js into the store folder and change the file name into index.js. In main.js, we can keep the import statement unchanged. We restart the server. We can see the program is the same as before. Next, we relocate router.js. Before we do that, we need to switch all relative paths into absolute ones. We create a router folder and move router.js into it. Then we rename router into index. We restart the server. We can see the result is the same as before. We have completed our Vue program. Now let's do a review of how the Vue program works. This is the project root folder. The src folder is where we do all our work. Let's open it. Currently, there are 2 files and fix folders in it. JS files and folders are marked with a yellow dot. There are 4 of them. .vue files and folders are marked with a green dot. There are 3 of them. The assets folder can store anything. I marked it with a blue dot. Main.js creates the Vue root instance and registers plugins. App.vue creates the root component. These 2 files are the indispensable part of the Vue program. Actually, to create a working Vue program, these 2 files are already enough. But cramming everything into 2 files will make the program very difficult to maintain and scale. This is why we need to allocate our codes into the other 5 places. For example, we can config plugins in dedicated JS files and link them back into main.js. A Vue program is an SPA, single-page application. But SPA does not mean we can only use one page. We can create virtual pages by nesting child components in app.vue. Vue Router helps us navigate through virtual pages. The same page elements may be needed in different places. In this case, we can create them using reusable components. Vuex can exchange data with all .vue files. Static files, like images and videos, are stored in assets.